Hola Mi Gente! We're back again on another episode of
Raices NYC. And on this episode, we have.
BRIZZI events.
Yes, BRIZZI. So tell us a little bit more about BRIZZI. What is BRIZZI events?
We're a party organization group. It's basically like a family. Everybody who is part of BRIZZI, we all grew up together. So you know how they say when people be like, oh, when you have a friend at a young age, they won't always be your friend. And I feel like that's different with us because we were that one group who's like there's like 20 of us who've been knowing each other since we were little, and we still friends till now. So it's
Actually, that's
something
really
special
dope.
for
Yeah,
me.
yeah. It's very rare. It's very rare.
Definitely.
So what made you into doing the events that you do right now too?
I just partied too hard, man, when I was younger in high school, bro. Literally, like I remember in high school, bro, like we used to go to the hookies or what they call chill outs, and we would just party and stuff, like getting lit at like 9 in the morning, bro, cutting school. At one point, I'm just like, yo, I'm letting people for real drink for free at my house. So I was like, you know what I should do?
Allegedly.
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 Soda, like all of that, and juice for free, like.
Yeah, like we drinking soda, like chips, all that junk food. We was doing a lot, bro. Sugar rush.
Sugar rush.
Sugar rush.
No, yeah. So you noticed you were doing it for free,
And then
so,
at one point I was like, you know what if I just start charging people? And that's when that happened. And then eventually I ended up working with one of my boys, DJ Panda, at his store. And that's when we started doing events. We did our first event there. It was popping. Everybody pulled up. And it was like something new because, it was like welcome for everybody, everyone who's 21 and over. Feel me? And then after that, we were just like, yo, like, if we're gonna continue doing this, what should we name like the event? You gotta have a name. And they were like, oh, why don't you do my name Productions? And I was like, nah, that sounds wag. And then he was like, yo, put my
you don't say your name.
nah,
Right?
nah, we don't say no
Yeah,
name.
but imagine.
Imagine.
Dingy.
And then they were like, oh, they're like, oh,
No.
what about your last name? I'm like, that's even worse, bro.
Oh, damn.
So I'm over here thinking like, fuck, bro, what should name it? And then that's when I started thinking about like BRIZZI, like where we all hang out. And I was like, yo, BRIZZI events. And that's when he's like, yeah, that's the one. And I was like, bet. And then from there, that's when it took off, bro.
Damn. So how long ago was this then?
I was like maybe 18, 18, 17. So it was like a while now. I'm 25 now.
Oh shit.
Young entrepreneur.
Yeah. He like, bro, like I'm like, why am I doing this for free? Hold up. Like
Yeah.
even in the beginning when you started charging, were you nervous people weren't gonna pay or
Nah, I knew people were gonna pay, bro. Then we like, all right, well, if they had to pay here, it's either go to school or just go chill at the park.
people don't like school? What they gonna do at the park?
They all look like bums, just drinking their sodas.
Yo,
The Arizona.
The Arizonas, the hard Arizonas, bro.
fun fact too, me and her met at a BRIZZI event too.
Yo, that's crazy.
We met at a Brizzy
And you know what's funny?
event.
Because literally not too long ago, there's a promoter, that's like my boy. His girl was literally telling me how they met at a BRIZZI event too.
No.
And then one of my workers met their girlfriend at a BRIZZI event, and they're still together. So I was just like, bro, everybody falling in love, bro, at my shit, bro.
We didn't fall
Well,
in
wait,
love, but.
but y'all found a connection, feel me?
Yeah, everyone finds a connection.
Nah, you know what's crazy? We didn't like each other at first.
Yeah.
Damn,
bro.
that's
We
crazy.
were
But
like,
why?
ooh. I don't know.
We were
It was
just
You
just
see,
like
now
testing.
we switching the podcast to you towards you.
Yo,
but
no,
now I'm asking the
no,
questions.
no,
No, it was not funny though, cause like my friend was like, "Oh, come to this party," like da da da.
Yeah.
So then we go, and then he's like, "Oh, this is my friend. He had a puppet," and I'm like, "What? A puppet?"
At a,
Yeah,
at
yeah.
a party?
Yeah. And I was already
Yeah.
arguing. Yeah, I was arguing with some thingy, and it was just like it was off.
Uh-huh.
But it then out of nowhere, we just
Yeah,
vibe.
we just vibe. We literally have the video of us like
Oh,
partying.
I think it was when was it? I think it was when I did a party on a Wednesday, right? It was like 4th of July.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
it
I
was the day
remember.
Before. It was the
Oh,
day
before?
before.
Okay.
But yeah, it was like on a random ass day
Breezy
too.
Fest, I think
Yeah,
it was,
BRIZZI Fest. That's the first time I did
Yeah.
BRIZZI Fest.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I remember it was like a weekend, and I was like, oh, weekday, and I was like, bro, like I was over here like, damn, I don't think no one's gonna come. And
So you had that place
That shit
packed.
was packed, bro. I was like, damn, nobody worked tomorrow.
yo. No tienen trabajo.
That
Like,
is.
damn, bro.
How does it feel though? Like, I feel like at first, compared to when you threw your first events to now, because at first you would be probably like, damn, nobody's buying tickets. Like, and then now it's like, I know they're not buying that right now, but like when
Like,
the
the day
week
of,
of,
yeah.
they usually like all
Definitely.
buy, right?
Yeah, I'm more calm about it now. I only start getting a little worried when it's like the day of.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? The numbers aren't where the numbers supposed to be, but you know, let's see what happens. You know, usually people end up coming last minute. When I first started, I used to be mad excited to do the events. I was like, man, like, oh, I can't wait, blah blah
Yeah.
blah. We're gonna get lit. And then now every single event, I just be like, oh, I just can't wait till night's over.
Yo, low key. Yeah.
I'll be like, yo, I'm like, we're just setting up, and I'm like, yo, I'm already over it. Like, I
Yeah.
just can't wait till this is
You're
over.
just like waiting for the next day. Like, oh, I would just wake up. That's it.
Yeah, like, you know, just chill. Cause honestly, I barely have the weekends off now, cause of that. Which I'm not complaining, you
No,
know,
no, no,
cause you know
yeah.
that is paying the bills and stuff like that. So can't complain. But I do miss, like, you know, going out and stuff like that, like doing stuff
I
like
guess
my free time.
more like you miss when you would party and it wouldn't be like all your responsibility, right? 'Cause
Kind of,
now
yeah.
it's like, oh, like,
Something
hey,
goes
we ran out
wrong.
of this,
Yeah.
like we don't have any more like bracelets, something, right? You're like,
Yeah.
I gotta go
Yeah,
get everything handled.
yeah, and believe it or not, like when I first started, the only two workers was me and Panda. He would be the security, and I'll be the only bartender, and that's it.
Damn.
And now I have like 10, 15 people who work for me. And I'll be having like 3 bartenders, 3 people at the door, have somebody check in up, make sure the DJs are good. I have my other 5 people that help me like go get the stuff, pick it up, blah, blah, all that. But even then, like that, like even like I'll be like, oh, like, you know, I don't watch them like pick their stuff up. Like I actually like go with them. Like I can't be that one guy who's just watching everybody work and I'm just standing there,
Yeah.
you know? Because then I get like a little like what am I doing? We could finish faster if I help them
No,
too.
yeah, and also
Yeah.
you see it that they're doing it the way that you want to, also. Too,
Definitely, yeah.
You know, no matter how much you know, they already know what to do. Sometimes you still want to guide a little bit there and help them out too.
Not yet, definitely. And you know, and the best part about that though is that like the people who work for me are all my friends, you know, who are my cousins and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Like, cause BRIZZI originally is a park, you know, and that's where we used to hang out. So I will every time we get lit, we'll be like, yo, like remember the times when like we didn't have phones and nothing like that. We just knew to link up.
Yeah.
Like in the summer, we knew to link up at 4, and in the winter to link up at 6. Yo, you see, even Richie knows it, bro. We knew like it's like we didn't even have to like text nobody.
Yeah, like it was mad though. Like,
We just already knew. We already knew.
yeah.
And then it's like, oh, like maybe like let's say I show up first, and then like out of nowhere everybody starts spawning,
Yeah.
or like maybe like 3 other people already there, and then everybody just starts pulling up, bro. And we'll be there like from like 4 to like late 11,
Yeah.
12, and we all live like in the same neighborhood, so that's even like crazier too.
But you know, I think like working with friends is all good and well, you know, like because you all understand each other, you know how each other are. But like, how is it in those instances where it's like you gotta separate friendship from business? Like, yo, you fucked up, and like we gotta handle this shit. You know?
So there is a time where maybe like once or twice where I was like not really on it like that, you know, because I was already like I'll get lit myself.
Yeah.
So you know, even my boys would get lit behind the bar working. So it came to a point where I was like, you know what, I gotta be good because I gotta make sure I gotta pay everybody, because there's been an incident where I actually locked out, and my sister was like, bro, like who do we have to pay? Who did you pay? I don't know, like, you know, I don't know the price of anybody. So then after that, I just was like sober almost all my events. And even my friends, I'd be telling them like, yo guys, like, you know, you guys need to lock in. I don't mind y'all having like a beer or two, but at the end of the night, bro, yeah, I could drink as much as you want. What's left over? Which is barely nothing.
Which is great too, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I'd be telling them like, yo, like, cause at the end of the day, like, this is my money, and even if I'm good, and let's say I'm busy, I need to make sure you guys are like, could have some self control
Yeah.
and understand that like, you know, you guys are messing with my money. So, if like, you know, let's say they're getting lit, and I'll be like, hey, like, so how much did we make in like Zelle? And they won't know, you know. So then I'll be like, well, now how am I supposed to know? Now I gotta like do the most to find those numbers.
Yeah.
I remember when it was like during Glenwood, that's the last time where my boys would like drink like that, but not that much. Because the people who actually like, you know, from my group that work for me, it's like people who I have more trust in, you know. So at the end of the night, you know, everything's always straight now. Like, you know, we never have an incident like that. So even let's say if I do get lit one day, let's say, they already know how much is who, you know, because we just be working like with the same people. Everybody knows them. Like even if they go to an event without me, like the DJs, the sonidos, whatever it is, they'll come like, oh hey, what's up? Like we know you work with BRIZZI. It's good when it comes to that because they understand business, and at the end of the day, like they're not doing this for free. I'm obviously paying them too. And maybe I'll be like, yo guys, like I saved something for us, if y'all want to sip and stuff. And that's it. That's what it is.
Having trust with some of your workers too, with the money as well. How long did it take for you to have that trust? Because even though you grew up with your friends and everyone, it still is like it's kind of hard sometimes too to have that amount of trust.
I mean, when I first started, like I said, I was the only one, so I was the only one handling all the money.
It's just you.
And then at the end of the night, I was just running back. So downstairs, up. Like when I was doing Glenwood, I remember the entrance would be downstairs and the bar would be upstairs where the party was going on. So I would just keep coming back and forth, like every 30 minutes, back, forth. Yeah. And on top of that, I had my sister there majority of the times too, because then after I stopped doing events like in Panda store, that's when I started thinking about like the bigger picture. So obviously I was like, well, I need workers now. I can't be by myself. So that's when I had my sister, like my best friend since I was like young. I had like two of my other boys, and then that's it. That's how we did it. They would be like, there'll be like four of them at the bar, me and my cousin at the door. And obviously I had like family members who I could trust, but like they be with me all the time. So the three people I mainly trust was just my cousin, my sister, and my best friend. That's how I just knew I was like more like calm about it.
Yeah.
Because yeah, like you never know,
Yeah. And
like people could switch up on you, no matter how close they are to you.
Yeah.
So I had like that little feeling, but gladly it never happened.
No, yeah.
So money wise, all that was all good.
No, yeah, gracias a Dios for everything too. Also, when doing events as well too, you never know if you're gonna have a great night or
definitely.
or bad night. Do you still remember like that one night, like you were like, damn, like I know it's gonna get packed, and it didn't happen that way?
That was actually like not one night, but almost like a whole year. That's what was happening to me.
Oh shit.
So I was just losing. I remember like I used to get hyped for just getting 100 likes, bro. I'll be like, oh, like like it's gonna be popping. And it was popping, but that's when I was like doing the basement parties. But then after that, like, when I started doing
Allegedly.
somewhere in Brooklyn.
Somewhere.
Well, I'm pretty sure it's known already. We got raided like 4 times, bro. And luckily nothing happened. They just gave us a slap on the wrist. They were just like, yo, end this, and that's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's been times like that. I remember like I took L after L after L. And I lost a lot of money, bro. And I was just like, damn. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give it one more chance, bro. If I fail this time, then I'm done doing this shit. Cause I'm like, bro, like I'm just losing a lot of money.
Yeah.
So that's when I did actually Cumbia Ave, and that's when one day it was funny. I was like, it was for my birthday bash too, and I remember I was fried the next morning. Like it was like a Friday. I went out with my friends, we drank, whatever. Woke up the next day very fried, and I was just thinking about like who should I bring to my event. And I had Cumbia playing in the back, and it was Shadow whose music was playing in the back. And then that's when I was like, you know what? That's somebody who I've never seen on the flyers. And that's when I texted Shadow. I'm like, yo, bro, like, what's up, bro? Like, like, blah, blah, blah. Like, like, come play for me if you're down. I've never seen you on flyers. I don't know if you, like, do, like, public events. And that's when he was like, yeah, bro, like, I'm down, blah, blah. He gave me his price. It's a little high for me during the time because I used to get DJs who were, like, $100, 150.
Yeah.
But I was like, fuck it, go big, go home. And then another person who came back during that year was DJ Chihuahua.
Oh shit.
So I got him too. I hit him up. I was like, yo, bro, like I'm doing this event, blah, blah, blah. He was like, bet. DJ Styles has always been like one of my house DJs too. He literally DJed my first BRIZZI event too. So I got him too. Who else? DJ Jason. That's another person who I picked up. I remember when I was on my second event at the basement parties, they were like, yo, like, you should see how this kid plays. He's pretty good, blah, blah. I think like Jason was like 14, 15 during the time.
No, he's super young even now.
Now he's like 21, 22.
Still young.
Yeah.
Hella young.
But I remember back then he was just mad quiet, and I was like, well, I'm all right, whatever.
He was
I'll
still
give
a
him
soccer
chance.
player.
Yeah, he was still a soccer player. He was still a soccer player. And then, and luckily enough, like, he got mad recognized from those parties because he actually like showed his talent.
Yeah.
And he started getting booked a lot after that. He used to tell me like, yo, like, I'm getting booked for this and that. And I'm like, yo, that's good, bro. Like, because, you're putting in the work. You're showing what you could do. So I brought him too. It was Jason, Chihuahua, Shadow Records, Styles. I got my boy DJ Junior because he also used to play in the basement parties too. And then I tried to look for one sonido, but a bunch of them weren't really like confident like to work with me because they're like, I never heard of this person before.
Yeah.
And then luckily enough, the one person who I like didn't think would take me was Kumbala.
Yeah, Kumbala was a big one.
Yeah, so for me, it was kind of crazy. So Kumbala, like, was like, bet, like I'll come. So I was like, this is perfect because literally Shadow, Chihuahua, and Kumbala made a song together during that time too. And then, I posted the flyer, I got like 400, 500 likes, something I'd never seen before. On TikTok, it was getting like a lot. That's when like TikTok was still like coming out and stuff. Like, they were getting a lot of likes too. It was getting like 400 likes, man, comments. And I was like, yo, what's like, it's getting crazy. I was like, this is going to be the one. I was telling my cousin and my sister because they were doing the event with me. I'm like, yo, this is the one. Like, I swear, like, I have a feeling this is going to be the one. And the day comes, we buy beer, we go to the venue. We start setting up, everything looks nice. And then I was like, all right. We started, doors open at 9. I'm over here like a little nervous, but I was like, you know what, the night's gonna go good. And then it's 10 o'clock. I'm like, all right, it's all right, it's still early. 11 o'clock shows up, maybe like 10 people come in, 15 people. I'm like, all right, it's picking up. Then like 11:30, I'm like, bro, like there's only 25 people here. And then next thing you know, it's 12 o'clock, then it's 1, and I'm like, bro, it literally stood with 25 people, bro. And I was just like, yo, there's just no way. And I was just like, man, I'm sad, bro, because I was like, damn, I really thought this was the one. And then at the end of the night, like, I was just a man of my word. I paid everybody, out of my pocket. I paid Chihuahua, I paid Shadow, Styles, because Styles brought the equipment, so he was the most expensive one of everybody. I paid Junior, I paid Jason. And then when it came to Kumbala, I know he had like a certain price.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? So I don't be in bad terms with any of these DJs and be like, oh, like this guy doesn't want to pay nobody. Don't work with him. I was like, you know what? Like I'm being a man of word, pay everybody. And I told Kumbala, I was like, yo, here's your money, here's your pay. And he told me, he's like, yo, bro, he's like, bro, there was barely people here. He's like, if anything, just give me whatever you want. And I was like, nah, bro, like, like en lo que quedamos, because I'm like, I don't want to seem like I'm not a man of my word. And he was like, nah, bro. He's like, it's cool, bro. I understand. Like, you just starting, bro. So everything, just give me whatever you want. And I was like, damn. I'm like, I don't know, bro. Like, I don't really like, I don't really be like asking for discounts like that. I gave him the full cash, and then he gave me back like $400.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So ever since that day, I was like, you know what? Like this is like a real one, because he understands, like So then after that, I was just like, you know what? I think I'll be done after this. And then luckily enough, that's when I found Glenwood. And then that's when I was like, you know what? This is the last time. Like, this is my last event. I was like, I'm going to do my anniversary. My 4th anniversary. I had almost the same lineup, too. I had Kumbala, I had Shadow, I had Chihuahua, I had Styles, C-Bay, Sonido Master, C-Monet, bunch of other people, bro. And I was like, all right, now I'm risking my ass off like crazy. I'm like, the venue's like 4,000. The lineup is like 10,000. So I was all right. So if this doesn't come out, that's it, bro. I'm done. And then luckily enough, I posted up the flyer, man. People were like liking it because everybody was like, the sonidero like parties. There was not really going on in Brooklyn anymore. It's always Queens Palace, or Bronx. Nothing in Brooklyn. So when that happened, I got a bunch of likes, a lot of shares. I didn't want to like get too hyped.
Because you saw
Yeah,
it.
you're
Like, ooh, not again.
I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna get too hyped.
Yeah.
Well, I also feel like what helped me a lot, like all my friends from BRIZZI, we printed out flyers and we went everywhere posting up the flyers like that. Everybody was looking at it, blah blah blah. Then the day comes and I was like, all right. I was like, this is it. It's 10 o'clock. It's about to be 10 o'clock. I'm like, let's hope the best of it. We go downstairs, bro. There's a line like 3 blocks down from the venue, and I was like, no way. Everybody starts coming up. They're getting patted down, blah blah blah. People are still coming. It's like 10:30, long line still coming. And then like 11:30, still long ass line.
Damn.
It was still long, and then it hit to a point where the people were like, of the venue, like, yo, we might reach full capacity already. And I'm like, how many people do we have inside already? He's like, we have about 400 people already inside, and it was only 11:30. So then more people started coming in, and then I told the guy, what's the max you think we can do? He's like, 550 max. So we got all those people in, and it was a packed house, full house. It was a crazy like outcome, Everything sold out, all the beers, all the drinks, everything. It was crazy. It was just like it was just something like like that. I felt like yo, holy shit,
Yeah.
Like literally, when Shadow started playing, when Chihuahua started playing, when Kumbala started playing, like everybody was getting crazy with the shout outs, everybody was dancing, blah, blah, everybody had a good time. And that's all everybody was talking about. Everybody was just tagging me, BRIZZI events, like Glenwood, blah, blah, blah. And that's when I was like, you know what, this is like where I'm a base out on. And for a good year, like, I was just doing straight events like that, bangers after bangers after bangers. Everybody just kept coming to Brooklyn. And I remember there was other promoters who even like hated on me because they were like, "Oh, like you're taking our business, blah blah blah." And like one promoter who did like who I did fuck with heavy was Cuba Productions. There'll be like sometimes where we would like crash same date, and he'll be the only promoter who hit me up and be like, "Yo, like what up, broski? Like yo, I hope you have a successful night, blah blah blah, like this and that." And I was like, "Yo, likewise, bro. Like I hope it goes good for you." And no other promoter has ever said that. So that's why I was like, you know what, this guy has no envy, bro.
No, yeah.
Yeah, because he's the only promoter I could actually be like, oh, he's like el sol sale para todos.
No, yeah. And it's the thing too, you're making it when tienes envidia. Or hay gente nada más dándote a veces just looking at you what you're doing.
Yeah,
if
definitely.
you are doing nothing, no one's looking. Then no one's gonna be talking.
Yeah, definitely. Because even when I posted the flyer and stuff like that, the first people who see it is the people who had the same day as me.
Yeah.
Or there'll be people who like, fuck, like like BRIZZI's doing an event in Glenwood.
Yeah.
No, yeah, but like you said too, like Cuba told you, like at the end of the day, you know what you do and you know your audience, and that's it. There's always
everyone eats.
At the end of the day, it's a big place.
Definitely.
At the end of the day, you know how hard it is to promote it. If you're worried about one person, then you might as well not even do anything.
Yeah.
And how was it? Because I mean, that was a really strong switch from when you started, right, back to cumbias, like what you might have heard growing up, right? But initially, BRIZZI Productions, like the events, they weren't about cumbia, right?
Nah, they was just all about like Dembow,
right?
all that stuff,
Yeah. So then, how does it feel? Because it's like now
like
you're
Dembow,
going.
Yo, I was thinking that he went from bo bo to esa no.
Literally.
Yeah, so in a way too, you were going back to your culture, but going back to the music that you kind of grew up with,
Yeah.
So how was that transition? Because obviously, in the first party, like the audience wasn't ready for it, right? Maybe.
Yeah.
But then afterwards, it started to pick up. So
Yeah.
how was that?
In the beginning, on how I started like doing it, like the hookies, like bachata. It was a little bit of everything: bachata, banda, norteñas, cumbias, merengue, rock, all that stuff, reggaeton, all that stuff.
Like a house party, right? Like house party feel.
It's just that like I remember one promoter actually called me up one day and he's like, "Yo, like you want to do a sonidero event?" And I was like, "All right, yeah, cool." And the first event they pulled me to was packed, like it was successful. It was like crazy. So then I wanted to do it by myself and see how really it was. It's a hassle for people to Brooklyn and get to another borough just to party.
Hell yeah.
Because especially if you don't have a car, feel me? You gotta take the train and you come back home late.
And all of the parties, like especially if like sonideros were in Queens or the Bronx, like all of those, and like it's so far.
Yeah, and then like the taxi itself, like you think about it, like you gotta pay a cab to Queens. And let's say it's like $30-$40. If you tell it to the Bronx, like $60. And then on top of that, you gotta pay your entrance, your drinks, and then find a way back home. And then they be up pricing when it's like late. So that's when I was like, you know what? Maybe if I do a sonidero event or a cumbia event in Brooklyn, it'll be popping. But since like during the time I just saw everybody kept going to Queens, I was like, you know what? Maybe this is the location to be at.
Yeah.
So that's where I fucked up with Cumbia F because I did it in Queens. And it's funny because even Shadow till this day be like, yo, he's like, he tells the story all the time. He's like, yo, he's like, this kid, like, he hit me up, blah, blah, blah. And I'm over here like, bro, like, where you from? And he's like, Brooklyn. He's like, what? He's like, what the fuck are you doing in Queens, bro? And I told him, like, bro, like, this is the only spot I was able to find. Bro. Luckily enough, like, Glenwood, Terrence, all that stuff, like, it switched up the game here.
Yeah, definitely.
It definitely made, like, Brooklyn the spot,
More accessible, I guess, right, to everybody.
Exactly. And, other people saw that, so obviously they would be like, you know what, let's come down to Brooklyn and see what's up. And that's how it was for a good year. Everybody was just coming to Brooklyn. And that's why I was like, that's why every post I'd be like, oh, this is Brooklyn. This is how we do it in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we didn't really have that,
No.
Because the one promoter who did actually have Brooklyn like going crazy at one point was JC Entertainment. They used to have a spot in Coney Island Avenue, and then it unfortunately got shut down. So then after that, there was just no event here. So luckily, when I found Glenwood, I was like, all right, let's see how it goes.
Yeah.
No, yeah. And, thankfully, it all went great, too. But how also do you feel now, people know you, people know you as BRIZZI and all of that. So things obviously change. How do you, like, feel about that now?
Nothing. I mean, it's like I tell everybody, like, I'm just a regular guy, Or, like, there's some people who be like, oh, like, I'm chilling with BRIZZI, blah, blah, blah. And I'll be like, I'm like, bro, like I'm the same guy, bro.
Yeah.
You
Same
like, so
chill.
you my friend, or like, were you just chilling me with because yeah.
That's definitely one thing I do think about a lot, which is why I always be like just with my crew, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
my people. Because there's definitely a lot of people who probably like I seen it too, like, you know, I'll be online or something, and then they'll be like, and that's funny because I wouldn't even skip the line to go to the front and be like, oh, like, you know, I'm BRIZZI, like, you know, she let me through. I'll wait in line, fuck it, whatever. I'm all the way in the back.
Yeah.
Cool, it's whatever. We're all going into the same spot.
Literally.
And that's only when promoters will see me and they'll be like, yo, bro, like, pull up, and I'll be like, oh, okay, cool. Or if I'm on the phone and I'll be like, oh, like, yeah, bro, like, I'm about to get online. And then they'll be like, oh, no, bro, just wait there. I'm going to come get you. And then people on the side be like, yo, tell them I'm here with you, too. Like, you know, I'll be like, yo, who is this, you know? And, like, or it's funny because there's sometimes where they go to other people's event and be like, oh, BRIZZI said that I could pay this much. And they'll be like, this isn't BRIZZI's event, though. So, you know, and that's what also caused a problem because then there'll be some promoters be like, yo, like, you telling people, like, they could pay this much? I'm like, nah, bro, like, you know, if I don't tell you nothing, then, like, you know, then it's not, then, you know, don't listen to them. You know, why would you listen to them?
Yeah.
So I was like, that's kind of your fault.
Literally.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Looking back now, though, like, well, I know there's been a lot of lessons, but like, what's like one thing you would change from when like you initially started? You know.
Definitely, like, being more responsible in my events. Like, not get, like, too fucked up, not party, stuff like that. And not get too comfortable with the crowd, you know? Because then once you, like, tell them, like, oh, like, you got to pay, they'll be like, oh, like, but why, bro? You used to blah, 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 you know?
Mm-hmm.
And, like, unfortunately, as a promoter, you have to be like that. You got to be, there's got to be a point where you're just like, bro, like,
It's just business.
this is business, bro. Like, you know, and, you know, whatever, call me an asshole, call me this and that. Like, bro, at the end of the day, that's my money. Feel me?
Yeah.
Because I feel like too, like people are so willing to even go to a club in the city, right? And they're like, oh, it's 30 at the door, and like, what are you gonna do? It's 30 at the door. You're gonna pay or not?
But it's exactly what I tell people. I'm like, bro, like, the one thing about going out to party is, like, you're gonna have to expect to waste money, and if you don't have it, you shouldn't be going out.
To be honest.
Because, like, you know, like, not to be an ass or nothing, but the only one you're embarrassing is yourself. Because imagine you're, like, there and you're complaining in front of a bunch of people, and then you're holding up the line, and it's been an occasion where they'll be like, oh, like, you know, we buy drinks off of you, blah blah blah. I'm like, cool, and I'm like, cool, but, like, bro, like, you can't pay $20, bro, $25, bro. Or, like, it's just, like, annoying too whenever I put, like, the pre-sale. I'm like, oh, $20, blah blah blah. And then they wait till, like, the main day, and they'll be like, yo, bro, you can't sell me another 20. I'm like, nah, bro, like, you know, I've been having it for like a month. Like, bro, like, why would you wait till last minute, bro? Or they'll be like, yo, can you, like, sell me another ticket, bro, please, blah, blah. I'm like, bro, like, I've been saying this since yesterday that it's till 7 o'clock tomorrow, which is right now. And you're texting me 30 minutes before the event starts. Like, be for real. That's why, like, whenever, like, it's time for the event to start, I leave my phone out like that. I don't care. Keep calling me, keep spamming me. I'm not going to call. I'm not going to answer. So, like, either you pay, like, what it is, or,
Because
like...
even then, you don't have the time. Like, you
Nah, definitely.
you're handling so many things.
Definitely not, yeah, because like I said, like, you know, I help, like, my people at the bar set up, bring all the stuff up, blah, blah. And one thing about the people who work for me, like, you know, they've actually, like, kind of got to that level where I am, where they'll be like, you know what, like, you can't be, like, feeling bad for these people, because there'll be times where they'll be like, oh, like, come on, hook me up, blah, 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 this and that. And then I'll be having my workers like, yo, if you want, like, the exit's free, you know, you can walk out. Like, but if you want to come inside, bro, like, you know, this is what it is. He's like, because he's like, bro, if I let you like, pay this much, then the person behind you is gonna want to pay this much, and then the person behind you is gonna pay that much. You know, it's like, be like, oh, why are you blessing him and not us? You know. So that's why I be telling everybody, I'm like, yo, I don't care who it is, you know, it could be one of our boys, blah blah blah. Like, you know, they gotta pay what it is, because, you know, I've been promoting it for how long, this and that. Like, it's just business, you know.
No, yeah. End of the day, you know, things gotta get paid. People gotta get paid.
Yeah, exactly. Because like I said, like, you know, I do get a lot of DJs and the sonidos. So think about it. I gotta pay the security. I gotta pay the equipment. I gotta pay all the DJs, all the sonidos. I gotta pay the people who, like, working for me. You know.
And how do your parents, like, think of you? You know, because they like, they probably think, like, oh, he's just out partying every single, like, otra fiesta.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy because my parents would be like, yo, it's like a waste of time, bro. You're just wasting your money. Blah blah. Te estás desvelando. Blah blah blah. This and that. And it's funny because they would tell me that. They'd be like, yo, like, you got to be careful because of the gangs out there, and then this and that, then the cops, you don't know what's going to happen, or people just get too drunk and get rowdy. And then when I come home one day and have guests over, I have my parents like, yo, look, like on YouTube, they're like, yo, look, that's my son's events, bro. Like, you know, show them the people there. And I'll be like, bro, y'all was just talking smack.
Yeah, like, yo, weren't you just telling me? Like, why you?
Yeah, like you just tell me this is a waste of time.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, yo, that shit had me weak, bro. But overall, like, you know, this like whole thing is just a roller coaster. Feel me?
No, yeah, I get it too. And also, you know, how is it those too sometimes when dealing that with your parents? Because usually we want our parents to believe in us. We want our parents to always like support us.
I mean,
But some,
obviously,
mhm.
obviously they see it, bro. Because even like the people in our pueblo be talking about it. They see it. They're like,
yeah, they see on YouTube.
they say on YouTube like, yo, like this guy's doing sonidero events, blah blah blah. And even like my own family members, like who I talked to, I didn't know back then in their days they used to do events too.
Really?
Yeah, so like my aunt, I was talking to her about it, and she'd be like, "Yo, like we used to make sonidero events in Mexico too," and she was showing us like literally like videotapes, not on your phone, like on some like press play,
Yo, damn.
tape, and I'll see it, and I'll be see the day like 1990 something, blah, 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 1980 something, and I'll be like, damn, what the hell?
Yo.
And that's when the sonidos had like those like they didn't have like the mixers, they had the big ass thing where they had to mix like from the
You
Oh,
should,
yeah.
yeah.
Yo, Loki, you should use that like as promo, like a little like.
Literally.
Nah, but like I think that goes back to what I always say. It's like you are living your ancestors' wildest dreams because they kind of like started it, right? Like they did their parties in Mexico, but then you went out even bigger and you started to make them over here. You brought them over here,
Yeah, I mean, and even then, right now, like I'm testing out like a little, almost of everything. I've been doing cumbia sonera for a while. Like not too long ago, I did like a banda event.
Yeah,
I did the
yeah.
banda talan because I got like inspired when I went to Mazatlan, and every day there's just a party, just banda every single day, and it's funny because even though I'm a big cumbia guy, I would tell everybody like, oh, I love banda over cumbia any day. But
We're feeling the banda.
Yeah. I love banda. Like,
yeah,
banda is one of the things I love.
so literally when that happened, I literally was like, oh,
You know what's crazy? I think from that banda event, my uncle was in that banda. That
No
y'all heard.
mames.
Yeah, because my family they come from like a lineage of banda. Like
Oh,
all my
shit.
yeah.
Like they played.
Yeah, I was like, no way, like yo, that's my uncle right there.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy? I didn't think it was gonna be successful, and like there was a long ass line.
Yeah.
And everybody's having a good time. It was successful. And then even then, right now, like I'm getting little opportunities here and there when I be working with like with DJ Cabrera or DJ Gus.
Yeah.
They be putting me on to like the club events too. And that vibe is cool too, because I don't gotta really worry about bringing beer, bringing workers.
Yeah.
It's literally just promote the flyer, pay the DJs, and that's it.
Yeah.
Simple as that. And it's fun, and it's like I could either go or not. Or I'm just chilling, I don't gotta worry about nothing. I don't gotta worry about like who's gonna be at the door or this and that. And it's fun, But there is a point where I'm just like, you know what, like I would just rather like chill for a bit,
Yeah.
stay home, maybe watch a movie or something, something calm, feel me?
Yeah.
Because now I'll be like, I've been partying for too long, bro, like because I was even getting to places like when I was not even like allowed to,
Yeah.
Allegedly.
allegedly.
But I mean, like you might want to take a break now, possibly not. But how do you see BRIZZI going? Like, what's the end goal for you? Like, how do you see it going bigger, or
I mean, it definitely is bigger now compared to before. Our followers more up like crazy, and like it's just like everybody knows BRIZZI now,
Literally.
And it's funny because there's even people who like it's because funny like within our group we have our own lingo, and even those people like understand it now. So it's just like damn, like that was like a little something special for us, but not everybody knows how we talk, what the meaning is. So we just like damn, like. But I was like, you know what? At the same time, it's like kind of good because it's like, bro, it's like we're starting something, and just everybody just knows us now, not just me as BRIZZI, but as in everybody who's around us, like our workers, our friends, they literally be like, oh, they're all part of BRIZZI. That's BRIZZI, blah. So that's kind of like it's kind of special, because even the people like even the old heads who used to go to BRIZZI, they be telling the same thing. They be like, yo, it's crazy, bro. Like you dad has brought BRIZZI out there.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of us. There's a lot of us. Everybody who grew up in Borough Park all at least went to BRIZZI once. So now they understand,
Yeah.
And it's just crazy because none of us thought that, like, it was like the name was going to get out there like that,
Yeah.
But now it's just like everybody knows us,
Yeah.
Like not just here, but also in Mexico now, They just hear it, like, oh, BRIZZI events,
So maybe would you say the goal is to take BRIZZI events to Mexico?
Well, that's one thing I've been talking already about. There's already been 2 chances for me to make an event out there. So hopefully, like by the end of the year, we're gonna be in Mexico doing an event.
Ooh.
Oh shit.
That
In
was like
Puebla?
that was a little secret, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, fuck it, it's fine.
In Puebla or?
Yeah, in Puebla.
Fire.
Yeah,
Fire.
instead, she goes like, "I want to take it to beep." We're planning already to take beep.
For the Patreon, for the Patreon.
It's like those it's like when you're watching a long like a long show,
Yeah.
and they're like, all right, like you know, I'm finally gonna tell you like deep down what I had to like the secret,
You
and then right when they're about to say it, and the show ends, and you'll never know. That's it. That's
That's
what it
it.
is.
Oh, now you gotta find out.
And we're back. Has there been any events that you just had to say, hey, actually, no, like, I can't do this?
Yeah, I'm telling you, it was only the beginning. You know, now I do kind of like, am aware a lot about like my mental health and stuff like that, because it is tiring. You know, it's just every day. Like you know, you just know you're not gonna sleep in the weekend, so you're just exhausted, and it does affect a lot.
You probably end up missing, like, holidays, birthdays, you know.
Definitely, I'll come late, but you know I'm still there.
Yeah.
But I'm exhausted. You know, I'm out of it already.
Yeah.
Like,
And then the next day, you're like,
yeah, the next day, like, and on top of that, yeah, like you know, it's like, all right, well, I'm gonna relax now, and then tomorrow, I'll be like, I'll just wake up and do whatever I want.
But
But
you
when I
still
have my,
gotta plan.
but when I have my events and stuff like that, let's say I have my event, ends at 2:30, make counts, pack everything up. I'm back to my house like at 5.
Yeah.
I go to sleep by almost 6, and then like by the time I wake up, like half my day's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, and if I have an event on Saturday, then boom, gotta go already.
Mm-hmm.
And then the same thing, come back late, like with the club events, like come back home, like ends at 4, come back home like at 6, fall asleep like at 6:30, and then that's it. Like it's 3 p.m. I'm like, that's it. Like now tomorrow's Monday and I gotta go to work.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so you said you also work too. Like, how do you manage that as well? You know, your working life. then
Well, I
doing
mean, I've been working since I was like a young kid. You know, I was like 15 working as a delivery boy, and you know, I just always was that guy where like you know, I didn't want to get like I didn't want to ask for money no more from my parents. And it's funny because every time me and my boy get drunk, we always tell this story when we were young, where we wanted a pizza pie, and it used to cost $12, and we dads went everywhere finding $12. Doesn't matter, coins, dollars, whatever. We had like maybe like $5, and the rest was all like in quarters, pennies, and dimes, and we got the pizza. But it took us like almost like a long time to find it. And then it's funny, every time we're drunk, I'll be like, yo, bro, like remember the time when we couldn't even buy one pizza? Like if we wanted to, we could buy 5, 6, 10 of them right now if we wanted to. And they'd be like, yeah, bro. And it's funny because like the person I was with at the time, she used to be like, oh, like yo, that's how you know they're lit, because they always talk about the pizza story.
Oh yeah.
But it's just because it meant a lot, you know?
Yeah.
Because we'd be like, yo, we used to hustle. We used to sell ice creams and stuff like that. We used to knock on people's door, blah, blah. And then we got that delivery job. I remember I was the first one to get a job in our group. And when I got my first check, it was like $700. And, you know, to me, I was like, damn, I've never touched money like that ever in my life. So literally, the first thing I did is cashed in my check, went to BRIZZI because everybody was playing. You know, it was summer, you know? So, like, you know, obviously as a kid, I'd be like, yo, I want to go play soccer with my friends. I want to go play hell tag. I want to do this and that. But I was like, you know what? Like, I really do want to make money now, too. So when I got that check, the first thing I did was go back to BRIZZI. And I told everybody, yo, we all out. Let's go get pizza. It's on me. I blessed all of us with pizza, bro.
You want a box? You want a box? Yeah, I'll get boxes.
Yeah, I was like, yo, we all out, bro. Like, yo, I just got paid, bro. Like, yo, fuck it, bro. We all out.
They even
Let's
get
go celebrate.
sodas.
Yo, you want a drink, bro? Without Bev too? They're like, what? Oh, Bev.
I like, believe it or not, bro, we could get a liter soda now. Not even on top of that, I'd be like, you know what? We could even get toppings, bro.
Y'all get your own cups too.
I'm like, yo, we get toppings now too, bro. You know?
No, man, that's
Yeah.
crazy. That is, you know, but it's great too, just to think of that, you know, from where you the mindset where you was at in the beginning now
definitely.
to where you at now.
I mean,
it's very beautiful.
Yeah, but I mean, one thing like too is like, till then, like from then till now, what's it called? Like, you know, I'm 100% like humble always, because no matter how high you are, it could go away just like that. It's a terrible feeling, bro. Because you know, I just think to myself, like, I could just imagine when I was losing all that money in 1 year, bro. I could say I lost at least like $15,000 from just doing like straight L events, you know. And now that's what I'm saying, like, you know, when I take my L, like, you know, I'll be like, all right, whatever, like, you know, can't win them all.
No, yeah.
And
you
it's also a learning lesson, because
Yeah.
then you're like, okay, like,
Maybe I
this
could
is
do
what
better.
went wrong, right? So
Yeah.
let's never do that again.
Yeah.
No, yeah. Or if you slacked a little bit and it went bad, like, yeah, you know what? This is what happened. I didn't put all
Yeah.
100%. I thought
Yeah.
I was just because of my name. No, you actually have to still keep on going.
Yeah,
keep on
definitely.
doing, keep promoting.
Definitely. And I mean, like I said, like, when it comes to events too, when it's like not just about like money or making like an awareness or something, like I'm so down for it too. Like whatever, I could put down money for it too. Because not everyone is willing to like put their money out there for like a free event. When I remember there's a bunch of people who asked me like to do events with them for like fundraisers and stuff like that, and I'll be like, cool, yeah, I'm down. And I'll be like, and sometimes I'll be like, what, you don't even have to put my name, bro. Like, just put it under you so everybody knows it's you. But I'm helping you out. It's like, and also like it's like the past event that I had right now on Sunday. We had the event outdoor right here in Sunset Plaza, and this girl, she did an event in Terrence, and she hit me up, was like, yo, like, I'm just letting you know, like, I'm doing this like for the community, blah blah blah. It's nothing like I'm trying to profit at it. And I'm like, bro, like, profit or not, bro, I don't care, bro. Like, that's you, bro. Like, like everybody eats, bro.
Yeah.
So, and it's funny because I even shared her flyer too. I shared her flyer. She shared my flyer. She was all love.
Yeah.
So, luckily her event was successful. Ours was successful too. Simple as that. Same borough.
No, yeah.
We gotta help each other out. We can't be fighting each other.
No, yeah.
Cause like I said, karma's a bitch, bro.
No, yeah, definitely at the end of the day. And two, you know what? Again, everyone has their own audience. Everyone knows how they do their own vibe. Everyone has their own different, like, just thing.
Yeah, definitely.
And lingo, and you always have to have trust in whichever you do.
Yeah, definitely, man. So like even like right now, still planning like for like July and August. I'm already.
And the days just go like that. When you do events, like
What's
like,
next?
Yeah. But that's one thing I like about myself too a lot because like I always have like a new like idea.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, oh, like I'll be like probably like, oh fuck, I don't think it'll work out, but what, fuck it, let's try it, let's see what happens.
No, yeah. All right, now we're going into spooky, scary story time.
Or paranormal activity.
And I'm the perfect person for that.
Oh, you have a story?
Definitely.
Yo.
Tell us.
I have a lot, to be honest. So as a kid, I always had like sleep paralysis, stuff like that. I definitely have seen a lot of stuff in my house too. And and I'm not the only one, bro. Because literally, I always tell this one story because this is the one story I feel like everybody will believe me in. So when during the time when I was with like the girl I was with during the time, we had the house to ourselves, because my parents went out to a party, blah blah, and we were just chilling, And we're gonna watch a movie, and I'm like, what, I want some chips or something, like like, do you want to call me to the store? And she'd be like, nah, I'm gonna stay here. I was like, bet. So in my room, the door, in order for it to open, you literally need to turn the knob. So I was at the store when and then she texted me. She's like, are you like messing with me? And I was like, what the hell? Like, shorty bugging right now. What she talking about? I'm like, what do you mean? And then she was like, me over here sweating like, fuck, I got caught. Nah, let me stop.
Yo, allegedly. Fuck, I got caught.
Nah, I'm joking.
Yeah, that's why she was his girl. That's why she let his girl divorce. He got caught.
Nah, JK. Well, anyways, back to the story. Back to the saxophones are getting louder.
Yeah.
So anyways, what's it called? So literally, that was her uncle.
Oh, no.
So anyways, I was like, what are you talking about, And she's like, oh, like the door just opened by itself. Like that wasn't you? I'm like, no, I'm at the store. She's like, FaceTime me. I'm like, all right. I FaceTime her. I'm like, what's up? And I'm at the store literally, and her face just changed. Like, she's like, yo, like you need to come back here now. I'm like, why? What happened? Like the door just opened by itself. I'm like, nobody's home? She's like, nah. I'm like, okay, well, I've been like dealt with that for like a long time, so I'll be like, oh, like just don't pay attention to it. Nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So I come back and she's just like spooked out, bro.
Yeah.
She's like, bro, like the door literally opened, like it literally, and she was by herself.
Yeah.
So that's why I tell other people this story because it's like the only one that I can say like it's true because I have a witness.
No, yeah.
And when I was little, just a lot of shit like that happened to me. Like scary shit. In Mexico, especially in Mexico. Mexico was even worse, bro.
Word? What happened in Mexico?
In Mexico, I was over here like just watching a scary movie and whatnot. I showed my grandma. She got pissed. She started doing that saging for the pueblo.
Oh, yeah.
And my mom was like, bro, like she's like, you see what you did, bro?
Look what you started.
And I'm like,
now they like the whole pueblo is getting like a whole.
I was like, God forbid, bro.
This is exorcism pueblo version.
I was like, God forbid, bro. Like that's like like
damn,
I'm showing a movie.
My bad, like yo,
I didn't know.
Like, yeah, that's crazy.
So anyways, I'm chilling. I'm on my iPod during the time, which is crazy because that was a while ago.
iPod.
I was watching a movie and whatnot, and then next thing you know, we have the dogs out in the night, and they usually sleep in front of the portón of our house. And then we just hear them start like kind of like growling and stuff. And I was like, yo, tell me somebody sneaked in again, you know? And I go check out, whatever, there's nobody. And I was like, it's probably something they saw, whatnot. And then, I'm laid up, and there's a window behind us, like here, by where my bed is. And that's when literally I just hear the knock, like a soft knock, like a little like. And I was like, será un borrachito or something, I was like, whatever. And the next thing you know, I just went like that, and I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, yo, bro, like, am I really about to do this? I'm like, somebody in the movie theater is screaming at me, telling me, don't look. So I'm literally like to the curtain, and I kind of.
Hola Mi Gente! Please subscribe to our Raices Patreon.
By being a paid member, you'll get exclusive content from our interviews.
This will allow us to improve the experience for you, the Raices viewers. Thank you.
Yo, that'd be a good promo. I'm gonna start exposing everybody, starting with you though.
That's the intro right there.
Come to my show.
Literally, look, perfect. I'm exposing everybody.
CV. He has back CV.
If I'm lying, I'm flying.
Yo, that is funny, bro.
Yo!
That is fucking funny. You posted that nigga in the comments, bro.
Yo, I'm literally gonna do that.
That
And
shit
be
looks
like,
like Spirit Airlines too.
Z.
CMZ on now.
Contigo mira. That's great. We just had Loquillo earlier today.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
I haven't booked him in a while, bro.
He mentioned that.
I'm dead.
He's like,
man.
yo, he said it on the podcast, like, yo, bro, like, book me. He's like, what happened, Padrino?
I'm like, listen, man.
He's like, is it?
Don't take it personal, bro.
Don't take son negocios, homie.
Literally, bro. Like you my boy and shit, bro. Business.
In business, boys doesn't like, Damn. All right. So how we go is like I goes like, Hola Mi Gente, we're back again, another episode of, and then she goes, Raices NYC. And on this episode we have, and you say your name,
I'm like, yo, BRIZZI events.
and what you do, and that's it. And then after that we just keep the conversation going. We don't go crazy. We just like a normal conversation.
Yeah, literally, it's the same thing like I did with what's this guy's name?
Exactly. Don't even worry about it.
The other
But
dude.
yeah.
The other guy, bro.
You're the other guy.
Literally, Nova.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking, bro, and like he instantly forgot about the questions, and we just kept talking, and then he realized that the podcast went on for 3 hours,
Oh shit.
Nah,
Don't worry. Don't chill it. You chill it.
and there was no windows. We couldn't even tell, So when I looked at the time, I got there at 7, and then when we turned on the lights, it was like almost 11.
He looked at his phone like, where you at? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh, word? We don't pick up no more.
But
So we playing this now? I could play too. That's like, wait, hold on. Yo, he's laughing because it's true. All right, you ready?
yeah, yeah. All right,
Okay.
serious figure.
3.
Yeah, tell him.
Yo, I was thinking
was
that he
another-
went from bo to esa no.
Literally.